When you are going to bed thinking of all of the tasks that need to be done, you're probably not going to sleep very well. You might also wake up feeling stressed before your head even leaves the pillow. So, to help rectify this, we're going to be talking about four tasks you can run through each night that are simple that can help ditch those chaotic mornings so you can sleep better and feel more prepared for the day ahead.
Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renee Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast.
Sometimes I don't think that many of us realize how all of the things that are floating around in our brains are affecting how we sleep. We go to bed feeling stressed and overwhelmed about all of the things that are on our plates, whether we have them organized or not. And we end up going to bed and not sleeping very well because even if we're not thinking about the tasks, which a lot of times, a lot of us are thinking about those tasks that need to be done. But even if you're not actively thinking about the items that are on your to do list, they're still in the back of your mind. And that stress is still there. It's a weird thing with your brain that makes it so that you don't fully relax when there are so many things that you are thinking about. So, when we can create a routine that helps us run through specific things to help kind of close out your day and make you feel more prepared for the day ahead, it helps so much to improve your sleep because you go to bed feeling more relaxed, you sleep better, so you end up feeling more rested. And then when you wake up, because you got a really great night's sleep, you had that wind down routine at the end of the night, and you feel prepared for the morning, you end up waking up feeling more relaxed and ready to go rather than stressed right from the get go before you have even had time to do anything in your day. It makes it so that you can start your day off on the right foot right away. And this won't happen for every morning. Every morning is not going to be perfect, but more often than not, we want to be able to start our days off without any stress and start them off on the right foot so that we can have better days ahead. Just because we have a lot going on does not mean we need to feel super stressed. And when we can start making these small tweaks, like we're going to talk about today, we're going to start feeling more of that stress relief. And it's absolutely amazing. So, if you want to go through this list, you can implement all of them, or you can just take one at a time, focus on it for a week or two, get really consistent with that, and then add one of the next ones in and build on that. So if it feels overwhelming to go through all four of these and you feel like this is not going to be possible, then don't start with all four of them. Just pick one and then build on it. And that is going to make more of a difference than trying to do all of them at once and then giving up. Start small and then build as you go. And you're going to have more of a success of staying consistent with it and making a difference longer term. So, we're going to go through four tasks to run through each night to help you wake up feeling more relaxed and less stressed. So, number one, is to finish your dishes and wipe down the kitchen counters after dinner. So you're basically closing out your kitchen. And if this is not already a habit, this one is going to be absolutely amazing because you're going to wake up the next morning without the mess from the night before. And that already sets your day off on a whole different tone. If you were already used to doing this, then great, you are done with step one. But if you have not already implemented this, I do want to just mention a couple of things that will help make this a little bit easier. So, one of the things that will help is to make sure you make it a habit to reset your kitchen after any meal or task. And this sounds like it could be a bigger task for some people, or it sounds really simple. Like that's not going to make that much of a difference, but it really does. So, anytime if you think about your kitchen being clean as the default. And then when you go to make a meal or a snack, make sure you are doing all of the dishes for that thing but and not walking out of your kitchen until it's taken care of. So even if it is, grabbing a kitchen knife and slicing up an apple for a snack. Rather than just putting that knife on the counter or in the sink or wherever you're going to do it, make sure that you're either putting it in the dishwasher or you are giving it a quick wash, drying it off if you need to, and then throwing it back in the knife block or resting it on your drying rack, whatever you need to do. Make it super simple to just quickly reset. And if you splashed a little apple juice on the counters, just wipe it down, reset the kitchen before you walk out. That is going to make such a big difference. And if you made more of a mess, then it's even more important to quickly clean up your mess before you walk out of the kitchen. So that way, when you come back in for your next snack or your next meal time, then you're starting from a clean slate. And no matter how small the mess is, sometimes we feel like, oh, it's small, I'll just get to it later. But that's when things start to build up. So it's much easier to just very quickly reset it, especially because it hasn't had time for anything to cake onto your dishes. If you're cleaning it up right away, all of that is still soft and you can just rinse it off and do a quick wash and you're good to go. So that is going to make a big difference for you if you tend to have a pretty messy kitchen rather than having to go in and start a meal and clean the kitchen before you get started cooking and then you have no energy to clean afterwards. Like it just makes everything simple. Go into a clean kitchen, do your thing, and then walk away with it cleaned when you're done. Another thing to help with this, if you're like, I use a lot of dishes and it looks like a tornado went through my kitchen after I get done. One of the big things is going to be washing your dishes as you go. So fill a sink with hot soapy water and literally wash items as you go. Don't just set them in the sink and wash them at the end after you've eaten and everything like that. You want to have as many dishes washed and done before you sit down to your meal. And that's going to make cleaning up dinner so much easier. The last thing I'm going to say about this to make things easier is to simplify dishes for yourself. So if that means you like having clean dishes, but you don't like having them air dry, if it's more of a task to wash the dishes, dry everything, put it away, and you find that you are avoiding doing dishes because you don't want to go through all of those steps, simplify it, make it easier, get yourself a drying rack or lay out a clean kitchen towel and just wash the dishes and be okay with letting them air dry because it's going to be much easier to quickly wash the dishes and let them air dry and then go back later and put them away before you do anything else. That is going to make it so that you keep up with your kitchen and you have a cleaner kitchen more often, and that becomes more of your default. And it is easier to do those smaller tasks in chunks like that rather than just avoiding it altogether. So if you find that is a struggle with you, that you're avoiding dishes because you don't want to go through all of the steps, just start with just making sure that they're washed and let them air dry. And just start there because that will make a big difference in helping you move forward. And again, you can always build on it from there, but that is at least going to get you started so that you always have clean dishes even if you have dishes out. At least they're gonna be clean and they're not gonna be caked with food and you're gonna have to scrub them and soak them for hours later. Like, that's not gonna happen. You're going to always have at least clean dishes if you have any dishes, by the sink. So, number 2, the second task that you wanna run through each night is to take 5 to 10 minutes just to tidy up the house before you either sit down to relax or before you're going to bed. So you can decide what works best for you. If it works better to do this, after you have sat down to relax and then you want to go to bed and you just kind of take these few minutes to clean up and tidy everything before you go to bed. Or if you're like, nope, once I sit down to relax, I don't want to do anything else, then do this before you sit down to relax. So that way, when you do go to bed, it's already done and you could just go straight to bed. So it's up to you how you want to do this, but you want to really take at least 5 to 10 minutes. If you have more and you want to take more time, then go for it. But keep a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes. That's going to help make a big difference because you can use this time to quickly just do any straightening and tidying before you are done for the night. So this might be something like straightening the couches, fluffing the pillows on the couches, picking up any items off the floor, any dirty clothes or towels that are on the bathroom floor. If they got left on the bathroom floor, pick them up, hang them up, throw them in the laundry basket, whatever needs to happen with those. You're just kind of running through and doing a very quick tidy so that when you wake up in the morning, you're not coming into your home where all of the mess from last night is greeting you and you're starting your day with all of the messes from the night before. You're starting with a fresh slate. So not only are you going to be walking into a clean and tidy kitchen, you're walking into a tidy living room. You're walking into you're a tidy bathroom. Like all of these little spaces are picked up so that are starting your day fresh. And that is going to make a huge difference, even if you only have 5 to 10 minutes of energy and maybe you're really pushing yourself. Especially if you live with other people, don't make this just for you. If it's, after dinner, everybody takes 5 to 10 minutes, set a timer on, the kitchen oven, set your timer and have everybody take 5 to 10 minutes and just be like, we're going to be done after this. Just go tidy any room that you see. And that's it. And then we're done for the evening. We can close everything out. Everybody can go read books or you can watch a movie or you can, play a game, whatever you're going to do. But just take this time to tidy up and make it a habit. And it's going to make a big difference for how your home feels when you wake up the next morning. Number 3 is do something to relax you. And this can be something incredibly small. It can be something you do for yourself. It can be something you do with other people in your family around you. Whatever you need to do, it's just kind of like that wind down period to know, like, we're at the end of the night. We're getting into a mode of really bringing our stress levels down. We're starting to relax. We're getting ready to have a really good night's sleep. And this is something that you can do for yourself. So maybe it's having a nice hot cup of tea. Maybe it's taking a hot shower. Maybe it's taking a bath. Maybe it is having some skincare time and you're just going to treat yourself with some light skincare. Maybe it's sitting down to read a book or watch that movie or do a face mask. Whatever you are doing, you want to make sure that it is something that helps to relax you. And then number 4 is to review your day for tomorrow so that you feel prepared. Now, this is looking at what are your priorities? What is happening in your day? Where are the, time sensitive things in your day? What are the things that need to be done? Like what is the flow of how I want my day to go tomorrow? You're also looking at like are you able to carve out time for a short morning routine or a long morning routine? What are you doing for your morning routine? What time do you need to get up in order to have that morning time for yourself so that you do feel really prepared? And if you have that time of when you need to get up, then what time do you need to go to bed tonight to make sure you get a good night's rest? So those are all things that you're really looking at, and then you also want to know, like, what is your plan for dinner tomorrow night? Do you have a plan? And if you don't, like, what can you think up really quickly, write it down so that you have your plan? And then does anything need to come out of the freezer tonight so that it's thawed for dinner tomorrow? So, all of those things you are kind of thinking through. You're just kind of going through your little checklist of making sure you feel really prepared tomorrow. Do you need to set out an outfit or shoes for yourself or someone in the family? Do you need your workout outfit pulled out? Or is somebody going on a field trip and you need to put a backpack of supplies together? Like anything you can possibly think of, you want to ask yourself, like, is there anything that can be prepared tonight to make my morning or tomorrow go really smooth? Or is there something I need to find tonight so we're not panicking tomorrow when it's time to go and something can't be found? So all of those things you're kind of thinking through to see what you can do tonight before you go to bed. And then another thing might be setting up your coffee maker. If you drink coffee, maybe you can take a few minutes to set up your coffee maker. So all you have to do is come downstairs and push the button, or maybe it's on auto where you can have it set a timer. So when you come down into the kitchen, it's already brewed. Like there are so many things you can kind of think through, but it takes a little bit of intentionality and planning ahead of time so that you can make sure you actually think these things through and get a pattern and get a routine put together of what works and what works well. And then what you want to do is you have this little list of tasks that you're running through. Maybe it's just these 4, maybe it's a little bit more detailed, but you really want to make sure that you have your your prioritized tasks of what you really want to run through each night to close out your night so that you can sleep really well. You can feel those stress levels reduce. You can wake up really relaxed and feeling like you had a great night's sleep. You feel prepared. You're walking into a home that you feel comfortable in and you feel like is already starting from a clean slate. You're not picking up all those messes from the night before, and you're starting your day just more relaxed and less chaotic. And that is going to make a big difference once you put this list of tasks together to go through each night. This can kind of become something like your evening routine or a bedtime routine or a nighttime routine, whatever you want to call it. This is a routine that you can put together that is just going to continue to help simplify your life. And as you repeat it each night, it's going to get easier and easier. And it's just going to become something that you automatically do without even really thinking about it. It just becomes part of your life. And that is just one step closer that you can take to making things more simple and more organized and less stressful. So, we're going to do a quick recap of those for you in case you need to kind of start that list and put a routine together for yourself. Is number one, finish dishes and wipe down the kitchen counters after dinner. And go back in this episode and listen if you need some of those tips on how to maintain this throughout the day. I also have a lot of episodes that relate to all of the things that I'm talking about. So you can go back in our previous over 200 plus episodes and find what you need there. Number two is take 5 to 10 minutes each night to tidy up the house. Number three, do something each night to help you relax. And number four, make sure you take time to review your day tomorrow so you know what your priorities are, you know how your day is going to flow, you know what time you need to go to bed tonight so that you can get up tomorrow for your morning routine, you know what the plan is for dinner, and you have everything pulled out for dinner from the freezer if you need to. You have set anything out for outfits or supplies that you're going to need. You can set them out tonight. Maybe you even set up your coffee maker. All of those are options, but just ideas to help get your brain going on what you could do tonight to make you feel really relaxed and organized and prepared for tomorrow. So, I hope that this was incredibly helpful for you. If you need help going back and looking at different episodes that apply to any of these things or any of the other 5 foundational routines that we talk about on this podcast, you can go to our Facebook community. It is a free community that you can join, and you can just go to theroutineadvantagecommunity.com and answer the questions that are being asked when you request to join. So that makes sure that we know you're a real person and we can accept you into the group. And then when you join that group, look at the top of the post or the top of the group in the pinned posts, I should say. And there is an episode library. What that library is a spreadsheet that you can search for keywords, and that's going to help you find what you're looking for when it comes to your morning routine, your meal planning routine, your daily 7 home routine, your movement routine, your budget routine. There are so many different things that you can look at in there and just use the keywords you need to search for that. And you can find that in our free Facebook community at theroutineadvantagecommunity.com. Otherwise, any of our other resources you can find at reneematt.com. And I hope that you enjoyed that episode. If you are new here, I hope that you found that helpful and that you come back for more. And if you've been listening for a while, I so appreciate you, and I will catch you back here on the next episode.
Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.